Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to this edition of Real Talk here on Shelbyville Now. It is November 3rd on Monday,
Yes, it is.
slightly after 4 o'clock. We're just a little bit late.
Yeah, it's an earlier 4 o'clock today.
And we just lost our picture, Bo. I don't know what happened. Let's see if we can get that back. Well, I don't know what happened. Our camera must have just went out. Let's check it, Bo, and see what's going on. Yep. Here, let me have that.
That's not good, is it?
That is not. Okay, there we are.
We are back.
Yeah. Temporarily, camera got unplugged there. So, Bo, there's one thing in particular I want us to talk about while we're at it, though, and just to mention in the background here, we have the new Southern Tennessee weather YouTube app pulled up on our screen here. And this is Elijah Kirby that's been doing Shelbyville weather for several years now. He went through meteorology school, got graduated, and this is one of his new projects. It's his YouTube channel we've got pulled up here. So if you want instant weather 24/7, you go to Southern Tennessee Weather on YouTube, and that's his layout. He's got all kinds of stuff up here. He's got earthquake detection. He's got local conditions. He's got our forecast for the area, and he covers southern middle Tennessee, basically. You were looking at Coffee, Bedford, Franklin County, maybe even Lincoln County. I think he's got his map up here. When it comes up, you'll see. But support Elijah. He's done a lot of hard work putting this together. We're proud of him, and we're proud to have it playing in the background while we talk.
Yes, we are.
Today, Bo, I don't think we're going to have a real long show because the topic that we're about to talk about is something that I think most everybody thinks about, but have they put it into action? This morning, we posted we reposted a post from Southern Cup. Southern Cup is our drive-through coffee shop on North Main Street, right there by the Christian bookstore. I'm sure everybody knows what we're talking about, and they are locally owned, locally operated, and it's just a hometown business. It's been around for a good while.
It's you can almost say it's a staple of the area.
Right.
It's one of our premier small businesses here in Shelbyville.
Right. So they basically put out a plea to the residents of Shelbyville and Bedford County. Hey, we need your business. Mm-hmm. We're a local business, and we're getting squelched by the corporate. Mm-hmm. So they have Dutch Brothers, they have Seven Brew, and they're about to have Starbucks coming in right here on North Main Street, right in their doorway. Mm-hmm. And there's been a lot of people going to Seven Brew, and I'm sure it's a good company, but it's not a locally owned business like Southern Cup. And people think about it and they talk about shop local. And they said, we were getting ready to come on. I just pulled up something on Facebook, and it basically said shop local. Mm-hmm. And it talked about Christmas coming and all that. But, it takes more than just a little shot in the arm at Christmas for most businesses, locally owned businesses, to survive. So what I'm here today, I want to ask the people that are out here, how in the world do we support local? What will it take to support local? It's not just thinking about it.
No,
you got to actually go and make a purchase when it's time to buy something.
It's easy to say. We say it a lot. I say it a lot. And then I'm guilty of the opposite of sometimes going to those chains or maybe let's go here. But whenever to do it, it is a decision that you have to make. And it's kind of loyal. It's kind of like a loyalty. Like, these are my neighbors. These are my neighbors that live and work and go to church, and I have kids in school with them, and they are my neighbors, and I want to support them. You know what? And you have to get first of all, they've got a good product. Any type of business has to have a good product that keeps customers coming back. I would say, and I would make an argument that they have a good product because it is lasted.
You're talking about Southern Cup. Yeah, it pretty much speaks for itself.
I don't think when you go to Seven Brew or Dutch Bros that you're going to get a lot of differentiation. I'm not a coffee snob, but I think you can get what you want right there at Southern Cup. Now, I get it. It's good to have choices, right? We want a world full of choices. That's what we want.
Yeah, and it seems like there's been a cry for, we need this, we need that, we need more of this, we need more of that. Well, if you can't support your local businesses,
No,
what do you, is it just another place to run to?
It is.
And run away from local business? But we've got a lot of different people. All right, I'm going to mention some names here. Let's see, Rodney up here at the small engine place,
Yeah.
the molders,
small engines.
small engines. Okay. He sells a high quality mower,
Yes.
0 degree turn.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got Lowe's out here with probably some sort of spinoff from John Deere.
Yeah.
And possibly another brand or two that's for them, made specifically for them to be cheaper so they can undercut Rodney.
A lot of times they're just branded differently,
right?
With something totally under the hood that's different. But you're exactly right. They undercut him. It looks like from the eye the same product, and it's not.
Okay, let's say Dylan Whitaker. 7 Brew is local too, though. I don't understand. What we're saying is the people that started, it's an independent business.
Yes.
They put their sweat and blood to build what they've got.
Yes.
And then they developed the market here. 7 Brew runs in, which is a chain. Okay. Yeah, they might employ local people and they're on North Main Street, but this family over here is now having to fight corporate.
Yeah, we can look at it this way. 7 Brew might have been started in someone's garage in some state far, far away. I know it wasn't started here in Shelbyville. But regardless, it has built a following, and now it has franchises all over. I would say either the Southeast or the United States.
Oh, United States.
So they might have been local at one time, and then you've got Southern Cup. They are born and bred right here in Shelbyville, Tennessee. They ground up. It's the ground up.
Yeah,
they built it from the ground up customer
it's,
base. So that's what we're saying. Yes, 7 Brew is here. It is local when you talk about the locale, but it has not been born here, I would say.
Yeah. So just because it's in Bedford County doesn't make it locally owned and operated.
Now there are people that live and work. Some
people will buy a franchise and start a business.
Yes.
Most of the time when you see that they move into town, they're not originally from Shelbyville, and we welcome them into the community.
Chick-fil-A, for instance, same kind of deal.
Right. But they do have a local tie to the community.
They do.
In that we have a family that's behind that business. All right. Yeah. But you've got so many that's been around for years and years and years. And it's a struggle when they have to go up against corporate America, where they have unlimited advertising.
That's right.
And unlimited backing, to where a small business that's locally owned, that's a family run business, they can't compete against it.
They can't. I mean, and that's where we can come in and support those. That's where we have that choice to make, to go and support those. Now, sometimes some people say, well, it's a little bit higher when you buy local, like
not really.
A lot of times it's not, but it's because the quality, like I said earlier, what's under the hood, it might say Kubota on the outside, but under the hood, it's something junk that's not, it's not exactly what Rodney sells.
Right.
That's what's happening here. You get lower quality, you get what you pay for.
Okay. You can go and buy a pile of junk of furniture and buy a junk mattress and buy a junk television, buy a junk refrigerator at a big box store, or you can go to Kincaid's.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. What do you get when you get with Kincaid's?
You get
a family-owned business that's been here 100 years.
Yes.
And they service what they sell.
You better believe it.
They install what they sell, and they're a phone call away. Buy something at a big box, call them up where you bought it from, and tell them it broke down. What are they going to tell you? They're going to tell you call somebody to fix it.
Yeah. Good luck with that. There you go. That right there is the cost.
So what is it going to take? I'm asking the people that are watching. I see that there's a lot of people watching. Not a lot of comments yet. We thank Dylan for chiming in and making that question. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So what's it going to take to support local? I don't know. Bo, I know what it takes for me to support local. I have to purposely make my decision to support local.
Yes, you do.
And when I go to buy a cup of coffee, I got to think of Southern Cup.
That's right.
Does it need to be more advertising? Does it need to have more emphasis? We'll emphasize all these businesses.
Yes.
And here's another one. Chain grocery stores. We've got Food Line, which is a chain. We got Kroger's, which is a chain. We got, of course, Walmart. They've destroyed the fabric of small town retail over the years, but they got groceries.
Yes.
Okay. You got other smaller grocery outlets, but then you got Piggly Wiggly, local owned and operated.
Yep.
They got a great meat department. They have some things there that the other places don't.
That's right.
You have to purposely say, I'm going to go support them.
Yeah.
I'm going to buy all I can from Piggly Wiggly.
That's right. And
I'm going to buy all I can from Kincaid Service Company, which now they carry mattresses. Bro.
Yes,
They've got an outstanding lineup of mattresses.
They do.
You might say, well, they're higher.
It's the service.
A little
I'm
bit.
telling you, the service.
It's worth paying more money.
You get the service
and the best quality instead of some of the watered down junk that you're going to get from the discount.
It's
houses.
real. I mean, it happens. I bought a CD player one time, and it was a Sony for my car at Walmart, and I got it. Went to a place. I went to a place that sells real Sonys, and we compared them. It was totally different, and I was a young man at that time, and that really opened my eyes because I saw the difference of quality, and I said, no, this is the same thing. No, it wasn't the same thing.
No, it wasn't.
And that should be outlawed. I don't see how they get around that, but that's just the way it is. I mean, you need to look at what you buy and offer that you get what you pay for.
Exactly.
But talking about, let's go back to local and that choice again. Like that choice. How do we make that choice? We want differences in our life, at the same time, but I think it drives a local business to make a better product. I think competition is healthy, and there is a healthy competition in the coffee market right now.
Well, here's the thing about a lot of these places, and I keep throwing Walmart out there because that's what they did. I remember when Martin and Price hardware store was sitting on the corner of our square, just right off the square, and they sold bicycles and hunting gear and all types of stuff that you would catch in the sporting goods department at Walmart. Walmart shows up. They just sliced prices on everything. And they took him out of business.
They were one-stop shopping.
Yeah. And right now, because of places like that, we don't even have a place in the city of Shelbyville where you can get men's clothing.
No, that's
to speak of.
The Tip Thompsons of the world.
Yeah, they're gone.
Yeah, they are. And Walmart here used to not have groceries. That was kind of a foreign thing. Now every Walmart's got a grocery store.
Yeah.
It was a department store, but they kind of gobbled up all of them into one. You get the lower prices. How can you argue? You got a lower price. But it's not, it's a different mentality you have to have. And it's kind of like a supporting my neighbor, and it's being there for my neighbor. And I think if you give a little bit extra, sometimes you'll get back just as much a lot of times.
You gotta realize in the article I wrote last week talking about what progress is. I mentioned in that, talking about these local businesses, it mentioned shopping local in the local framework that we have here, that most of these small businesses at some time or another will support a school with donations for fundraisers constantly, which we all do.
They do.
If you're a local business, and also will sponsor a sports team. And how many Walmart baseball teams?
Good luck getting contact to get a Walmart.
How about Lowe's?
Yeah, no.
Have you ever seen a Lowe's basketball team for the kids?
I'm sure the manager would love to, but he probably can't. He doesn't make that decision.
No, it's above him, and it's all about the dime, and it's about, somebody mentioned it right here, a CEO. We always try and support local. I'm okay spending a few extra dollars knowing it's going to support a family and their kids rather than a CEO. Absolutely. And those people reinvest it back in that money stays here. It don't go to some Connecticut or New York or California where the CEO sitting, where corporate headquarters is. It's staying right here local.
And a lot of times people think, well, where do I go? Well, if you're ever at a ball game again, I'd say any county baseball, football, they have a lot of local sponsorships.
Right.
I know especially Cascade does, Unionville,
Shelbyville
Central, they have a lot of those. So I would challenge each and every one of us to look at those, pay attention to those signs, and then pick a place that we've never been to before that is, or maybe it's a service, maybe it's a plumber, maybe it's this or that, and let's use that. If we're using, say, a national type of service, or if we're going to a place, that is a way to kind of use it as a checklist. Say, well, I've been there. And then you might find out that you really like this, a lot more than what you had. Let's just face it. You're going to get more of a human person to person, one-on-one contact. You feel better. It's good. I just think that that is important for us to build up to, even as a country, as a community, is to, have that human contact. I mean, I know it sounds funny nowadays, but we're all on our phones and digital, and everybody wants something so quick.
Candy Nichols just came on here.
Candy Beach.
I know Candy Nichols. That's how I remember.
Oh, yeah.
And Mr.
Handy
Frank,
dandy.
she's talking about Handy Dandy would not have survived without the local support. Just
Amen.
every fisherman, every hunter, they stopped in there on a regular basis. And if they were going fishing, that's where you got your minnows. That's where you got your crickets. That's where you look for fishing weights and lines and stuff like that. And if you didn't see it, Frank would pull it out from under the counter if you asked him. He always had it.
He had the honey hole.
Exactly.
He always had it. If they didn't have it at Handy Dandy, then they didn't make it. That was my
businesses like that they're hard to survive in the environment that we're currently in, because we've got a lot of people that are new to town coming in, and they want to shop local, but they don't know the good spots. Right. I think we have to always keep talking about those good spots. I'm going to talk about this. If you want to go Christmas shopping right now, if I'm a sports person, I'm going to go to John English's sports memorabilia place. Man. That's a place to buy Christmas
baseball
gifts.
Cards, galore, all kinds of sports cards. All
if I need to buy my wife a refrigerator, I'm going to Kincaid's.
Oh, obviously,
and if I need to. Let's just go around the square. If my wife needs a smaller gift of some sort, you got Pomegranate. You got other businesses all around there, antique shops.
Yes.
You've got other businesses there. Then you got New Covenant Christian Bookstore on North Main Street.
Yes.
That they got every kind of thing you could imagine.
It's not just a bookstore.
Oh, no. You go in there, you can spend all day and spend all you got. I mean, but it's a locally owned business.
It is. It is.
There's others scattered throughout the landscape here that have been here for years. And I just want to know. David France talking about Mr. Nichols and Handy Dandy. He could find anything there.
Well, a Handy Dandy it coexisted with Walmart until they went out of business.
Time. Yeah,
until they decided.
You know why? Because of Frank Nichols.
Because and Alice, and we made a choice to go there.
And the family. I mean,
that's right. They had relationships.
We had to go
with the community. The community. That was a community. That was almost like a community center.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, without being public, it was privately owned community center.
Yeah,
that's where the lies got told. That's where the hunting stories got told.
Right.
That's where you knew everything. But they competed with Walmart, and they lived until that business lived until they decided they got old enough.
They went on their own, and that's terms. Proof that it can work.
Yes,
and that's proof that relationships matter, because that's the reason people came. They come in to see Frank and Alice.
That's it, right there.
And they bought their stuff there. They knew they were going to get the right thing if they went in there for something. Hey, plumbers, electricians.
They had it all. Pipe.
I don't want to go to Walmart and mess with all that stuff. I want to go to Frank.
Yeah, I know it.
You know, that's why
I wish they were there.
At it.
A lot of times I go by and I wish I could just whip in the Handy Dandy. But you know, one of these days there's going to be another young Shelbyvillian that will want to do that, and I hope that we can support them when that comes back. I know it'll be tough.
It's a tough landscape.
It would be tough.
I feel I'm one of them. It's a tough landscape in the retail world right now, because Amazon has popped up. And it's so easy to sit back and click that button on your phone.
It is.
Okay, of all places, you can buy something on your phone, and the next day it's going to show up on your door.
Or if you live close to Nashville, a drone might drop it in your hands that afternoon.
The drone's not going to do too well around here, Bo. I'm telling you. They start getting head level.
A lot of good old boys around here.
Yeah, they're going to confuse them things with a quail or a dove, and they coming down.
And rightfully so.
But my point about talking about this today, there are small businesses struggling.
They are.
I mean, we have got our economy. I don't care what you read in the newspapers or see on television from certain television stations and channels talking about how great the economy is. People are watching their money. The middle class is watching their money. Rich people are still spending money like it's going out of style, but middle and lower income folks, just average folks, are having to watch what they do. And they're tightening their belt, and these smaller businesses are the first ones to get cut.
And small businesses like to, promote things or have good news. But this morning we saw a cry for help, really, from Southern Cup.
Well,
it's a call for us to get together.
Remember us.
Yeah, it's like remember us, but that's showing that they need us right now, and let's do it.
So what's it going to take? That's my question. What's it going to take to get that support back?
And we need to ask ourselves that, because I think that we've talked about a lot of remedies that could do that, but ultimately it's up to us, the consumer.
It's going to take us getting in our car,
and
driving to that specific location that we know the people in there.
Yep, we can talk.
We need to walk in there, and we need to support them.
Yes,
that's what it takes.
100%, and it's not too hard. It's not we're not sitting here trying to, build a rocket.
Yeah.
We're talking about simple things that can make a community grow, make an individual grow. And I mean, I see nothing but positive from supporting local.
Yeah, absolutely.
Regardless, I don't see any other argument.
Well, that's our plea today.
Yeah.
We need to get out and support local businesses, and we have an opportunity coming up with the holidays and with Christmas shopping kicking into gear. It's about to start, Bo.
Yeah,
you were talking about Christmas decorations before we turn the switch on.
I know. Hey, look, Christmas is here. About here. It's like Thanksgiving gets forgotten, but we got to remember our Thanksgiving. But I'm seeing Santa Claus.
Yeah,
I mean, my wife, we're already getting trees and decorations, and
it's time.
It's a little early, but I guess it's time.
People are thinking about it, and people start shopping early because they have to watch their money. They're staggering it out a little bit more and more. Some people start shopping in September and October for Christmas because I don't want to have to come up with all this money at one time. They do it gradually, and now it's about to kick into gear. So when we're making that Christmas list, think about what can we buy local.
Yes.
How can we support local while we're doing this?
Yes.
And
let's all make that. Let's make that choice.
Let's see. We got Brittany Ray Taylor. I met the guy at. Okay, here's somebody else. Anita Everson. I use McGee's Pharmacy, Piggly Wiggly, and Food Line, Kincaid Service Company, local plumbers, electrical service, local Central Heat and Air. North Main Marketplace, Southern Cup, Moon's Barbershop, Beauty Shop, of course.
Of course.
And that's me. I mean, that's the same people I want to go to. I met the guy at the Reggae Rock food truck today, and he was lovely. Tomorrow we'll be back and loaded in Goodwill parking lot 5 p.m. and they run out. Okay, so here we go. Gift cards are great too. Yeah,
that's it.
All right. So
look at it.
This is a food truck. I don't know where this particular food truck comes from. I don't know if it's locally owned, but if it's locally owned food truck, we need to look at them too.
Absolutely. I mean,
if they're coming in here from out of town, not so much. Okay. But if there's a local food truck that makes its rounds, let's support them too.
And go up and talk to these people, create relationships.
But places like Pope's Cafe, Coffee Break, Ruth's, let's see, the Dinner Table, Southern Fare, these local small cafes that they require somebody to make a decision to come in and eat there.
Yes,
we got to give them a try and give them a chance.
And that's where you get treated like at home. That's real. You get. I feel like I'm at home at a lot of those places. Oh yeah,
absolutely. They call you by your name.
They do, and they take care of you, and it's just there's something to be said for that, and we need to appreciate what we have.
Here's what you get at Southern Fare. I'll go in for breakfast some.
Mm-hmm.
I walk in and they have a waitress named Kim.
Yes.
And several months ago, maybe even a couple years ago, I was getting ready to order and everybody got a cup of water, and it was a big old cup of water. I always get coffee and a cup of water.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, Kim, can you bring me just a small cup of water? I don't need a great big cup of water. Well, she did. She brought me a small cup of water. And since that day, I walk in, sit down, and she comes walking up with a small cup of water and my coffee. She knows it. She remembers it. And you don't find that type of service at
you're not
the drive-through places, the other places where she's got her heart and soul in the business.
You're exactly right. And I'll mention one since you did at Pope's. There's a lady there, Karen, that's there every morning. And when I go during the week, she has the coffee there. Look, I feel like I'm at home with and these are just our neighbors that are serving us. So, I mean, I don't know if we can hit it hard enough, but let's make that choice to support local.
I'm sitting here reading this, Brittany Ray Taylor. What's your opinion on franchise businesses? Okay. There are, and we mentioned this before, we're going to repeat what we said earlier about franchise businesses. Let's take Chick-fil-A, for example. Okay. Chick-fil-A is a national chain, but it's a franchise and it's owned by a family that now is plugged into our community.
Yes, they have.
And over the years, I remember the Fishers. Mm-hmm. They were McDonald's.
Mm-hmm.
But there was a little bit more of a personal touch to it when they were present.
That's
and
right.
Caitlin working at Chick-fil-A, there's a personal touch. It's turned that franchise into a local connection.
It has.
So those are good. If they're locally owned and operated, a franchise can be openly owned, locally owned and operated. Emmy's is another franchise. Absolutely.
Yes.
Emmy's up there used to be, what was the name of it before it was Emmy's? I can't remember
If you-
now. Urban
There
Plantation.
you go.
Or was that it?
That was beside Lowry's.
what
or-
was-
that
what
was
was,
beside Lowry's?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking
Yeah, that
about.
was Urban
That's now
Plantation.
Emmy's.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
All right. Emmy, yeah, absolutely. It's a great place.
Yeah, the franchises. That's right. They're and I remember
Our local Dairy Queen is directly connected to a person that lives here, and he will support teams. All right, you just have to do your homework.
Yeah, you do, because you are supporting that.
There's a different feel when you go in those type of franchises than when you go into a corporate run. It's like they don't care.
You're a number. You're
exactly.
A number.
You're just, but you still got all these locally independent
Yes.
businesses out there that are struggling. We somehow got to support them.
Yeah, and we're not here to dog the franchise.
No,
there's good franchise
some,
owners that are plugged in the community. But what we're saying is the Southern Cups of the world that have built from the ground up. There's no other Southern Cup. That's Southern Cup of Shelbyville, Tennessee.
That's it.
That's one. That let's make sure not to forget them.
Oh, we gotta go out of our way to support them.
Yes.
If you're into buying the designer coffee, is what I call it. I just drink a black cup.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, I'll treat myself. That's where I go.
Yeah. Well,
I'm not going anywhere else. That's where
right.
I'm going.
That's right.
All right. So I guess we can get off our soapbox. I think everybody gets it, but everybody, please encourage your friends, your family to support locally owned, family operated businesses that are struggling. And now's the perfect time to do it as you start your Christmas shopping. And
you'll feel better about spending your money that way.
How often do we do these talk shows? We do this on Mondays and Thursdays. We have the weekend wrap up on Saturdays. We have a sports show Saturday morning talking about local high school sports. But we might just randomly show up at any time. But news. We're Monday and Thursday.
Monday, Thursday around 4 o'clock.
4 o'clock.
We're live. 4 o'clock or around in that. In that
and thanks for watching.
But
please,
in the comments.
Share. Yeah,
that's
thanks
great.
for the comments and the participation. I think if we do this together, we can help some of these small businesses keep the doors open.
It takes us. It does.
Because you not only have to open the doors, you have to turn the lights on.
Yeah, that's
Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll be back again on Thursday with another topic. And if you have any ideas and suggestions on topics, please send us a message, and we'd be happy to bring them.